Alright guys, we're back with another one, and this is a video comparison between the Samsung Galaxy Note 7 versus the OnePlus 3. You have the flagship Samsung Note 7 with its glass on glass build. This is the black onyx. Why did it take Samsung so long to make a black phone? This is gorgeous. Look at the metal. The metal have this charcoal type of gray, dark gray finish. This looks awesome. You have the edge display, which is I would say more of a slight edge display. Virtually no bezels on the sides of this phone. The curves continue to the back. A real slight curve on the back. This phone is an absolute piece of art, man. Look at the bezels, top and bottom. Samsung has found a way to cram a 5.7-inch Quad HD display in a phone's body. This is awesome. Now when we come to the OnePlus, OnePlus has come with a beautiful aluminum build, fingerprint scanner, 5.5-inch 1080p AMOLED screen, which looks gorgeous. I added a D-brand skin just to add a little bit more grip to the phone, and I'm gonna add a D-brand skin to the Note 7. Stay tuned for that. We got to get rid of those fingerprints. These are two awesome builds on this phone. These two phones. Awesome builds. They both feel good in the hand. But which phone is the better phone? Virtually the same size. I would say Samsung Note is a little bit thinner because of the smaller bezels. These are some awesome phones, man. But if I had to go with one build, I gotta go with the Note 7, because when you put this phone on a table, you're a boss. So this takes us into the screens. The screens, 1080p versus Quad HD, both AMOLED displays, and may I say, there is no doubt, no one can argue this, the Samsung got the better display. Everything's going to look more sharper, more vibrant, more rich on the Samsung Note 7 than on the OnePlus. But hey, OnePlus do have a nice screen. If you're not spoiled by Quad HD, you can definitely survive with a 1080p AMOLED screen. So when it comes to the screen, we got to give it to Samsung. Now that takes us into the fingerprint scanner. Both of these phones have some pretty quick fingerprint scanners. But there's nothing more quicker than the OnePlus 3. Why? Because OnePlus 3 don't have a physical button that you have to click on like Samsung. All you gotta do is put your finger down and you're in. So you have a quicker fingerprint scanner when it comes to the OnePlus. But when it comes to Samsung, you have the iris scanner. And once you swipe up, you're in. That's pretty quick, man. So the iris scanner is not a gimmick. The iris scanner is a useful tool. Now, I won't use it over the fingerprint scanner. I'm going to use my fingerprint scanner. But by me living in a cold climate, if I have gloves on in the winter and I just need to get into my phone, I can't use a fingerprint scanner with gloves on. But I can use the iris scanner all the time. This is awesome. Look at that. It works. So this brings us to the front-facing cameras. Now, both of these front-facing cameras are very good front-facing cameras. OnePlus 3 got an 8-megapixel camera. Samsung got a 5-megapixel camera. On paper, OnePlus got an 8-megapixel camera. So you would say on paper, OnePlus got a better camera. But Samsung with this 5-megapixel camera, I've gotten so much compliments with this front-facing camera that I must say Samsung got the better front-facing camera. This is so, everything looks so sharp, everything looks so clear. If you want to take a great selfie, both of these phones will give you that. But I just think, for some reason, Samsung got a better front-facing camera. Now, when it comes to the rear camera, we're dealing with a 16 megapixel camera on the OnePlus 3 and a 12 megapixel camera on the Note 7. Now, on paper, again, you would think 16 megapixels is better, but everyone knows that Samsung has perfected the phone's camera. When it comes to the shutter speed, it's quick as hell. When it comes to the clearness, when it comes to the night shots, when it comes to the day shots, when it comes to getting that one shot, when you need that one shot, which phone is going to give you that shot? It's going to be the Note 7. 16 megapixels on the OnePlus 3. For a budget phone, that's awesome. It's a good camera. The only thing is lacking in video, and I gotta say it again, OnePlus has fixed it. It's good. You can take some good videos with the OnePlus 3, but you take better videos with the Note 7. So when it comes to camera, video, and everything, we gotta give it to the Note 7. Now, you would think Samsung being a flagship phone, they would have had Type-C charging before everybody else. Samsung has just came into the game when it comes to fast charging. Meanwhile, OnePlus has perfected the fast charger. This Type-C charger uses dash charger, and the dash charger is the fastest charger on the planet right now. And I'm going to tell you this. I did battery life videos for both of these phones. But if there's anything I'm going to say, I'm going to let those videos do the talking. But I'm going to tell you this. OnePlus got the better battery life among both of these phones. So when it comes to the charging speed, when it comes to the battery life, we're giving it to OnePlus. Let's take a listen to see which one of these phones have a better speaker.
Me dan ganas de tirar dinero todo por la ventana. Que ando viajando. Se me nota que estaba quemando. Se te nota que te está gustando. Se te nota que tú le estás llegando. Me dan ganas de tirar dinero todo por la ventana. Me dan ganas de explotar botella con toda la manada.
So listen to both speakers. You're going to get more volume, more higher volume, more higher sound coming from the OnePlus 3. And you're going to get a more deeper sound coming from the Samsung Note 7. But when it comes to cell phones, we just want more volume. We know we're not going to get some great quality when it comes to mono speakers on cell phones. So I got to go with the speaker with the OnePlus. No phone more feature rich than the Samsung Note 7. You got the Edge display where you can have the extra apps. You can have the People's Edge. You can have a beautiful display. The cameras are ridiculous. Man, look at this phone, yo. This phone is gorgeous. The S Pen. The S Pen has improved every year. Samsung has come out with a new trick. You can still scribble on the screen. You can still write something on the screen and save this pen. You're an automatic boss. You can do GIFs where you could take a video, take a 3-second clip out of that video, and you got yourself an animated GIF. What phone can do that, man? That is a feature that no phone can touch. Both of these phones are rocking the Snapdragon 820 processor, and both of these phones are moving pretty quick. But this phone is fast, man. The OnePlus 3 is so fast, it's blazing fast. There's some stutter steps with the Note 7. The Note 7 got some slowdowns. You touch a little app, you touch a little key, you get no response. So both 820 processors, but the OnePlus 3 got 6 gigs of RAM, and the Samsung Note 7 got 4 gigs of RAM. Something wrong with that story. How could a mid-range phone out-RAM a flagship? This phone needs more RAM. Straight up, end of story. You got the Edge display. You got the iris scanner. You got the fingerprint scanner. You got the S Pen. You got all these extra features on this phone. All this stuff going on this phone, and you still gave 4 gigs of RAM. LG V10 got 4 gigs of RAM. Moto Z got 4 gigs of RAM. Regular stock Android phones got 3 and 4 gigs of RAM, and they're running, but they don't have what the Note have. They don't have a pen. They don't have the extra features. They're running smooth. No stutter steps, no lag. Samsung still got lag. Why? Not enough RAM. How could a mid-range phone like OnePlus put 6 gigs of RAM and Samsung only put 4? There's a problem with that. There's more usable RAM on the OnePlus 3 than on the Note. So that means you're going to have slowdowns, you're going to have issues. So when it comes to choosing which is the better phone, you're paying $850 versus $399. You can buy 2 OnePlus and still have money for dinner. The OnePlus 3 handles everything that I can throw at it with ease. With the 6 gigs of RAM, Snapdragon 820, 1080p screen, fast charging, all the Edge displays in the world, all the pen features in the world, all the iris scanners cannot help me when I'm frozen. That lack of RAM is a problem. So in this comparison, not even based on price, the OnePlus 3 wins. It's a better phone than the Samsung Note 7.